All right, so I do want to ask you, since the election, have you seen more, at least, interest in your products? Have you seen more demand? What's been the change? Obviously, analysts at Bank of America are very bullish on your company.
Well, for us, I would say, yes, there is a lot of talk going on that the Trump administration is going to look at more at the border security and stuff. But we have been pretty agnostic between the previous administration and Trump's administration coming in. And both of them have been very, very focused on to border security at the ports, at the border crossing and stuff. But there is definitely a lot more talk about it, that since President Trump is going to come in and he's made it very clear that the southern border and the northern border, they both need to be focused on it. And both sides, and as you know, that on the Mexico side also, there's a tremendous amount of interest that if you want to do the right thing or the fentanyl cutting and stuff, basically you got to look at the things coming into U.S. But Mexico is also very concerned that after that, backwards, money and guns goes back to that which finances the cartel. So both sides are very much focused on to increase, and we think that we are presently very well placed in it.
Look at your chart since the election. I do have to ask you, we've had other recent events. A CEO was shot here in New York City. Have you seen more enterprise interest in your products when it comes to security and things to detect people coming into buildings and things like that? Have there been any developments related to that?
Well, before that also, there's always been interest and focus into it. And one of the things that we think is a great opportunity for the company, and we're very well placed, is what is called employee screening. And Federal Express, UPS, airports, and buildings and courthouses and stuff, there's a lot of talk about entrance to the building and leaving. And also, the most important thing that most people don't realize it, security is not the only thing. There's pilferage. And so that there are companies like FedEx and Google and even all these people, they are looking at doing inspection to make sure that product is not lost, which is revenue related.
You're also in the healthcare space. We mentioned X-rays, but talk about that. I mean, we've seen a lot of growth in healthcare, also a lot of expectations of less regulation in healthcare. Specifically for the healthcare part of your business, is the idea of less regulation, is that a tailwind for you?
Well, I would think so, but we are in the patient monitoring business. It's only about 10% of our revenue. We are much focused onto it, and even that in that area, as the cost goes up, there's a lot of interest for what we call control screening or remote screening, where we can, just like the security that you're looking at the airports, we can build the same thing, and we are doing some pilot projects in the healthcare to monitor hospitals remotely, so we can give the data to the nurses and the other doctors, say that patient number 14 needs, the alarm is going on. So that can make it more efficient. And yes, that SaaS model is definitely an interest for us.
All right. So Deepak, really bullish write-up from Bank of America. I was just looking through it before the show. Analysts very bullish, but if you go down deeper, they're also saying it's the Trump administration is a bit of a double-edged sword for your company, that tariffs may actually impact your business. Talk to me about the potential tariff impact on your business. What percentage of components do you import? How reliant are you from foreign production?
So good question. Definitely, we are looking at it. Obviously, no decisions are being made. But we are, again, I would say, in a better position than other companies. We are manufacturing in Mexico. We are manufacturing in U.S., in Europe, in a friendly place with U.S., and in Asia, in Malaysia, India, and in Batam, Indonesia. So when people are looking at that, besides the tariffs, there's a lot of move away from China, and we are very well positioned in the optoelectronics business that we do. A lot of our customers are asking for, can you get us manufactured here locally? So the answer to your question is, yes, we buy, but we have less exposure to tariffs. And we sell also, but we sell to a lot of friendly countries. So I would say that we don't know the specifics, but definitely we are looking at it, but we are less exposed.
All right. Deepak, one last question for you. Artificial intelligence, how does it impact your business? I had the good fortune of being out at the Hope Global Forum in Atlanta this week. A lot of talk about the disruption of AI, including in the healthcare space, specifically when it comes to diagnostics and things like that. How does AI impact your business? Because a lot of your equipment, it's based on humans using it to look at healthcare or look at screenings and things like that. Does it enhance your business? Is it a tailwind, or does it change your business in some way?
Well, good question. We think it's a big positive. And as you think about it, I mean, you look at it, the experience you have going through the airport, there's a lot of crowds, but it can get better if there's AI so that, for example, your image recognition, your background, your face, your bags, all are looked at it by AI before and say, this is not important to check, so that only selective people get checked and the bags get checked in a way. Same thing with the hospitals going in and out. AI helps us very much. We are very much involved in AI and have a lot of investment going into it.
Deepak, serious question. Can you do something so I can keep my shoes and my belt on? It's just such a pain when you're at the airport. Can you do anything?
The answer is yes. There is new technology coming up. Absolutely. You can keep your belts on, you can keep your shoes on, and you can move faster. And
that's
with
the
your
best news I've heard all day.
stuff, your facial recognition will look at it. It ties up with your bag, and you'll go faster.